too many places, this type of kindergarten style of learning goes away. And I think here at the Media Lab, we try to have a kindergarten style of learning. So even in setting up the space, we try to make this somewhat like a big kindergarten with different areas for different activities, lots of ways for people to work together and to build things and try things out together. And I showed you before the examples from Crank Inc. that was making the games based on the characters from Boopaloop. This was when one of the members of the Crank Inc. group had a birthday. It was Sonic Pops' birthday, and My Red Neptune made this birthday card for Sonic Pops. And all these characters are representing different members of Crank Inc. So it's sort of a happy birthday card from the different Crank Inc. group. Keys. Like the first project I showed from the girl in Germany where it was moving the bee in that story, or in the Lego project, moving the character with the cursor, with the arrow keys. Just to show a way of doing that, in the control category, there's one of these hat blocks that says when a certain key is pressed, I can choose the key. Oh. So like, let's say I choose the right arrow. So this says when the right arrow is clicked, I should do this. So in this case, again, there are different things I might want to do. I could say, if it's already moving that way, I could say move 10 steps. Now I hit the right arrow, it moves that way. I could then say, pull out another one and drag it down and say when the left arrow is clicked. In this case, you'll see if I want to move it, I'm going to have to point in a different direction. So I can say point in direction, and here it says left is minus 90, and then move. A lot of people don't ever see this, but it shows different ways of rotating. Rather than rotating all around, this is one that says only rotate left and right. So now if I click this way, for here, if I say when I go to move this way, I want to point in the direction towards the right, point 90. So now I can go this way or this way. So this says, forever if, it means if I'm ever touching Dancing Girl, I want something to happen.
So cool.
So here, and then in here, I'm going to put what is it that I want to have happen. So for changing scenes, and I'm introducing a lot here, so sorry if it's rushing past. We can go around and help you, in doing it. But just to give you a sense, I'm doing it. So again, I'm going to have the cat move. Then I'm going to say, I'm going to say when the green flag is clicked, it's going to start forever if I'm touching Dancing Girl. So it's always going to be looking, am I touching Dancing Girls? Am I touching Dancing Girl? If it ever is, just to test it out. Oftentimes it's good, at least when I'm making things. Before doing too much, I just want to test to see if it's working. So first, I'm just going to say, if it's touching Dancing Girl, I'm just going to do something like, just to test it, I'm going to say I should change the cat's color. So for now, I'm doing it just to see if it's going to work. So I'm going to hit the green flag. Notice if I hit the green flag, this is highlighted. The green flag clicked. So this is always running forever if, am I touching Dancing Girl? Am I touching Dancing Girl? It's checking over and over. And now I hit that arrow keys. And now I'm touching her. This keeps changing the color. And when I'm not touching her, it stops to another scene. So let me show you, I showed before about how we can have different scenes. I'm going to go to the stage. Remember I showed the stage is down here. The stage can have different backgrounds. So I'm going to import a background. So I have import. And I'm going to start on an indoor scene. I'm going to choose an indoor scene. I'm going to say they're in a bedroom. And I'm going to put them in different places in the bedroom. So they might start with the conversation, and they'll have a conversation, and then when they come to each other, they're transported, let's say they're transported to outer space or something. So what I want to do is, I'm going to have another scene that I'm going to put in here. I'm going to import another scene that's in the library. Here's an outdoor scene. Well, rather than outer space, I thought, no. I'm just going to have them transported to the, where do I want them to go? Oh, I know, right. What I meant to do, outdoor, there's nature is what I was going to do. Have them transported to the moon. Again, I'm not sure why, but for example, they meet, they're going to the moon. This is going to be a postcard from the moon. So now I have the two different backgrounds, and you can see I can change what the background is. And in fact, in the stage here, I can say switch to background. Actually, I'm going to give these names. I'm going to throw this card called Bedroom 1 and Moon. So now in the scripts, I can say switch to background moon. And when I double click on this, it goes to the moon. Each other, they can broadcast to the stage. So what I'm going to do is when the cat bumps into Dancing Girl, it's going to shout out, go to the moon. And the stage is going to listen. And when it hears, go to the moon, it's going to switch. So right now, I'm going to do, in fact, I'm going to set it up ahead of time. I'm going to say when I start, so when the green flag is clicked, it should switch to back room, bedroom. But then, I'm going to go to the cat, and the cat is going to say, when I touch the Dancing Girl, I don't want to change color. What I want to do is I'm going to broadcast the message, and the message that says, go to moon. Now, just because it says go to moon, nothing is going to happen. You know, I could have said anything there. I could have said fiddly-doo, you know, whatever. I could just put any word in there. It's just a message that's getting passed. But then, since it passes that message, I can go back to the stage and say, here's when it says, when I receive a message. So when I receive the message, go to the moon, as it switch to the background moon.
Oh my gosh.
So now I'm going to start. I'll click to the green flag. Remember, when I click the green flag, a couple things happen. When the green flag is clicked, the background says switch to the bedroom.
Right.
And the cat turns on the forever if I'm touching the girl. So I'm going to click on the green flag. All of that starts. The arrow keys are also working, so I can move the cat around. When the cat goes and touches Dancing Girl, they're on the moon. And then maybe they could, you know, start happen. So there are a lot of different ways of doing it. So you can trigger off of events. So one type of event is when one character says, your turn.